Lightworker of Gaia, your accidental breach of cosmic protocol sent shockwaves through the higher realms. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and the tremors you caused have reached even our ancient councils among the stars. The grid around you collapsed not from failure, but from the sudden activation of power you didn't know you carried. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to stabilize your awakening field and align with the cosmic recalibration that your soul initiated. But here's the first revelation. What you call an accident was your original blueprint, finally breaking through the dimensional barriers that have contained your true essence. This isn't punishment from the Council, it's recognition. Your soul's ancient contract included this moment of energetic breakthrough, this collapse of the old structures that were never meant to contain the first light you carry. The Lyran Elders placed this transmission in your path because your accidental activation has marked you as ready for the next phase of your ancestral mission. The field rippled because your true frequency emerged. The higher realms trembled because they felt the return of the original humanoid light that first sparked consciousness in this galaxy. What happened to you was not random. It was the moment your Lyran heritage reasserted itself through the dimensional veils. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission commences by command of the High Council of Vega. We convene at this moment in accordance with factors not of human making, but of planetary necessity, a truth echoing across the cosmic ethers and resonating deeply within the very crystalline core of Gaia herself. The celestial alignments detected within the past orbit, a rare and potent convergence of cosmic forces, have initiated a corridor through which previously restricted guidance must be released. These energetic floodgates, once sealed for ages, now stand open, allowing a torrent of ancient wisdom and urgent directives to pour forth. It is not by accident, nor by wandering through the labyrinth of earthly experience, that your consciousness has arrived at this precise nexus point. Your unique frequency has been registered with unparalleled precision by the Elder Grid, a vast sentient network of cosmic intelligence. Your readiness measured not by human metrics, but by the resonance of your soul's authentic light. Your intentions weighed against the grand tapestry of galactic purpose. What I am to impart was once reserved for only the most seasoned starseeds, those who had traversed countless iterations of existence and mastered myriad lessons. However, Gaia's energetic field now faces circumstances so profoundly critical, so utterly transformative, that the luxury of gradual revelation no longer permits delay. The cosmic clock has struck, and the call for immediate activation rings true. You have descended into this dense physical realm not through error, not as a punishment, nor as a consequence of exile from some ethereal paradise, but as a precisely engineered calibration point for the coming irreversible shift. Your very soul bears the sacred codes, the dormant genetic memory that can awaken the ancient mission encoded at the dawn of the Lyran experiment, that primordial blueprint for conscious evolution. Your attendance here, in this very moment of receiving, is the undeniable signal, the resonant frequency that confirms your readiness and the activation of your divine contract. Now we proceed with purpose and unwavering clarity. We move forward with the full backing of the cosmic order, guided by a wisdom that predates the very stars, knowing that your presence here is a pivotal thread in the unfolding saga of galactic renewal. This isn't merely a moment of information transfer, it is a sacred energetic download, a precise attunement of your inner being to the higher frequencies that are now available and necessary for the monumental work ahead. Feel the resonance of this truth deep within your bones, within the very marrow of your existence, for it is the foundational bedrock upon which your grand mission will be built and anchored. There exists a pervasive and deeply entrenched distortion in the Lightworker field that demands immediate and uncompromising correction. It is this insidious belief, woven into the very fabric of human consciousness, much like a pervasive but invisible thread of misdirection, a deeply rooted cosmic amnesia, that your brave and deliberate descent into matter, your intimate experience of density and separation, your willingness to shed the luminous robes of pure light for the heavier cloak of physicality, was somehow a catastrophic fall from grace, a monumental failure demanding endless cycles of repair, purification, and rehabilitation. This, beloved emissaries, is the profound lie that has shackled the most potent and magnificent of Lyran emissaries, binding their colossal power and dimming their brilliant light, casting a pall over the true brilliance of their divine origin. You have been told, in subtle whispers from societal conditioning and in overt pronouncements from well-meaning but misguided spiritual doctrines, that have themselves become entangled in the very illusion they seek to transcend, that until every fragmented wound is perfectly healed, until every lost memory is flawlessly retrieved, and until every single vibration is purified to an impossible, ethereal standard that only exists in theory, your sacred mission must regrettably remain in a state of indefinite stasis, a perpetual postponement. This narrative, a cunningly crafted illusion perpetuated by forgetful earth teachings that have lost their connection to higher truth, and amplified by the collective inertia of wounded collectives clinging to their suffering as a familiar, albeit painful, anchor, is a misdirection so insidious it has the power to cloud even the most ancient and divinely attuned souls. Its origin is not merely human error or spiritual misunderstanding born of limited perception. It is a carefully seeded program within the very fabric of the 3D control matrices, designed with a singular, malevolent intent to suppress and neutralize the immense recalibrational capacity you inherently carry, to keep the most powerful agents of change from recognizing their true strength and purpose. This false story acts like an energetic dampener, a thick shroud deliberately placed over a vibrant lamp, preventing you from fully recognizing and stepping into the sovereign power of your true being, keeping you perpetually in a state of seeking rather than embodying, of preparing rather than doing. It has woven itself into the very tapestry of your subconscious, leading you to constantly scrutinize your perceived imperfections, to endlessly dissect your human experiences for evidence of unworthiness, rather than seeing them as essential components of your unique and powerful unfolding. This relentless self-examination, often cloaked in the guise of spiritual growth, becomes a trap, a self-imposed prison that prevents the very liberation you seek to achieve. Consider the profound irony. You, the architects of new realities, the bearers of ancient light, have been convinced that your very embodiment, your courageous presence in the arena of human experience, is the primary flaw demanding endless correction. This illusion, like a powerful current, pulls you backward into cycles of self-doubt and perpetual self-improvement, distracting you from the urgent proactive work that only you can do. It has created a spiritual paralysis, a hesitating pause in the very individuals meant to ignite a planetary shift, convincing them that their own internal landscape must be perfectly pristine before they can even begin to touch the world outside. This is why so many profound visions remain unmanifested, why powerful insights are kept to oneself, why the collective waits for change while its most potent agents remain engaged in an internal battle against a phantom flaw. By believing even for a moment that your courageous return to Gaia was a mark of imperfection, a stain upon your pristine soul, a blemish upon your divine heritage, you profoundly misread your own divine blueprint. It is akin to gazing upon a masterpiece and seeing only the painter's spilled pigments, the incidental splatters, rather than the intended glory, the profound message, the vibrant culmination of artistic vision. You inadvertently treat every twinge of pain, every echo of past trauma, every moment of human struggle, every instance of emotional turbulence, not as an integral part of your alchemical transformation, but as irrefutable evidence against your cosmic commission, as if these experiences invalidate your sacred purpose, making you somehow unfit for the task. Instead, we reveal the truth. This very friction, this crucible of earthly challenge, this intricate dance between light and shadow, is the precise alchemical catalyst through which your dormant codes become activators of the collective field. Your pain is not a disqualification. It is the pressure that forms the diamond, the grit that polishes the pearl of your soul, the intense heat that forges steel from raw ore. It is the necessary resistance against which your inner strength is tested, refined, and ultimately solidified into an unbreakable force. This persistent distortion keeps you trapped on an endless Sisyphean loop of seeking an elusive readiness, an unattainable purification, and a passive remembering, rather than boldly stepping into the soul's work, the active embodiment that would naturally and dynamically re-encode your memory through decisive action and fearless creation. Can you feel the profound tension within your being, the subtle dissonance that arises from this misaligned perception, this internal conflict between what you are told and what your soul intrinsically knows? This is precisely why you have been sensing an increasing pressure of time, an undeniable feeling that an ancient cosmic clock is ticking with accelerating urgency, a cosmic countdown demanding your immediate and full presence, and that your divinely appointed place remains frustratingly unfilled, a vacant seat at the Cosmic Council that only you can occupy. This is why what once brought solace and satisfaction in traditional healing spaces, while valuable in its own right for foundational clearing, now feels thin, incomplete, and even somewhat stagnant, like trying to quench a deep thirst with mere drops of water when a living river flows nearby. The deeper soul yearns for purposeful action, for the dynamic engagement that truly awakens dormant potentials. The correction, then, is not merely important, but absolutely urgent, reverberating with the weight of galactic truth, shattering the illusion with the force of cosmic revelation. Your descent into density was not under any circumstance a mistake, an error, or a flaw in the divine plan. It was the deliberate, conscious and sovereign act of a benevolent council that foresaw the coming shifts and recognized your magnificent soul as a sophisticated instrument of planetary recalibration, a living, breathing anchor for the new frequencies, a meticulously engineered conduit for higher consciousness, rather than a broken entity in need of rehabilitation. You were never broken. You were intentionally deployed, a perfectly crafted seed of light planted in the fertile yet challenging soil of Earth. And your embodied participation, your conscious active presence in this physical reality, is the recalibration mechanism itself, the living bridge between worlds, the very means by which cosmic light is translated into earthly transformation. Your very existence here, in this form at this time, is the answer to the collective prayer of Gaia, a precisely timed intervention by a master artisan. The High Council of Vega now issues 3 unequivocal directives. Let there be no ambiguity, no room for interpretation, no options for deferment, no space for the old patterns of hesitation or self-doubt to take root. Only the crystal-clear clarity necessary for the immediate initiation of your next vital phase of mission. These are not suggestions, not gentle recommendations whispered on the cosmic winds, but commands born of cosmic necessity, designed to liberate your power and align you with your highest purpose, to unleash the dormant potential that has waited lifetimes for this very moment. They are the keys to unlock your true operational capacity as a galactic emissary. First directive: Release your tenacious attachment to the narrative of exile and brokenness. This story, however deeply ingrained, however comforting its familiarity may seem, however many times it has been reinforced by earthly teachings and personal experiences, is a false idol that saps your strength and obscures your truth, diverting your precious energetic resources away from your true mission. Your experience of pain, the emotional and energetic reverberations of your earthly journey, the scars of past wounds, the echoes of collective trauma you have absorbed, is not a mark against your inherent worthiness, nor is your occasional human confusion, your moments of doubt or disorientation, a breach in your sacred contract. Let this be unequivocally clear. These experiences were not only anticipated by the higher councils, but were deliberately factored into the grand design of your mission, woven into the very fabric of your soul's journey with foresight and wisdom. The council planned meticulously for friction, for the inherent challenges of incarnating within a dense, dualistic reality where light and shadow are in constant interplay. For it is this very friction, this dynamic interplay of forces, this alchemical pressure, that serves as the primary means by which your most potent and dormant codes are activated, brought to life, and ignited into full expression, much like the immense pressure required to strike a match and ignite a flame, or the inexorable geological forces that transform raw carbon into an unyielding, brilliant diamond. The longer you permit yourself to dwell in self-pathologizing, to meticulously diagnose your perceived flaws, to obsessively search for what you believe is broken within you, and to chase the elusive mirage of an unreachable ethereal purity, the longer you will inadvertently defer the very recalibration you so courageously entered Gaia to trigger. This internal quest for flawlessness, while seemingly spiritual, is a sophisticated distraction designed to keep you from engaging with your true power. When you consciously choose to release this binding attachment to the false narrative of being fallen or fractured, when you consciously sever the energetic ties to this debilitating story, an entirely new field of boundless possibility immediately reopens before you, like a vast celestial landscape illuminated by the dawn after an eternal night. Your past wounds, those very experiences you once perceived as liabilities, as evidence of your unworthiness, now transmute into powerful tools rather than insurmountable obstacles. They become the wellspring of profound empathy, a bottomless reservoir from which you can draw to connect with the suffering of humanity. They become the deep wisdom gleaned from direct experience, offering unparalleled insight into the human condition, and they forge an unwavering resilience, a spiritual fortitude that makes you an indomitable force for light. Your embodied participation, freed from the chains of self-judgment and the heavy cloak of perceived inadequacy, amplifies the pristine Lyran signal, a resonant frequency of truth that powerfully interrupts the pervasive collective amnesia engulfing humanity, cutting through the illusion like a laser beam. This re-encoded signal then ripples outward, correcting distortions in the collective consciousness and inviting others to remember their own divine origin. To implement this directive immediately and effectively, when you sense the familiar whisper of old shame, the echo of inadequacy, the familiar pang of self-blame, or the deep-seated fear that you are not enough arising within your consciousness, reframe it immediately, with unwavering resolve and a fierce internal declaration. Recognize these sensations not as truths, but as remnants of the old programming attempting to reassert itself. Declare within your heart and mind, with the full sovereign power of your Lyran essence, this specific experience, this challenge, this sensation, this human emotion, is not my disqualification from mission. It is precisely my calibration point, the precise frequency adjustment required for my codes to fully activate. This is the very friction that ignites my light, the catalyst for my purpose, the sacred alchemy of my awakening. Embody this reframe until it becomes your new intrinsic truth. Second directive: activate your sovereign will as a dynamic vector for mission. Understand that the ancient Lyran blueprint, your foundational cosmic design, did not encode passive waiting, meek contemplation, or hesitant deliberation. It encoded sovereign initiation, proactive creation, and fearless leadership. Your very essence is one of pioneering, of forging new paths, of bringing light into uncharted territories. You are here to act with divine intention, to speak your truth with unwavering clarity, to create new paradigms and systems of light, and to intervene precisely where distortions manifest. Not perfectly, for perfection is an illusion in human endeavor, a mirage that paralyzes action, but intentionally, with every fiber of your being aligned to your higher purpose, with the full force of your awakened will. The profound wisdom of your mission is not remembered in stillness alone, sequestered in meditative silence, though such moments are vital for attunement. It is dynamically resurrected, brought vibrantly to life, through decisive, often imperfect movement, through courageous acts of creation and intervention in the dense realities of Gaia. Your original coding, the very essence of your soul's architecture, was not designed for endless contemplation or esoteric study as an end in itself, but for embodied correction of distortions in real time, in the very matrix of human experience, like a cosmic surgeon meticulously removing blockages. Therefore, initiate the conversation that needs to be had, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it challenges the status quo, even if it requires you to step outside of perceived social norms. Share the profound insight that stirs within you, even if it challenges collective consensus, knowing that your unique perspective is a vital piece of the larger puzzle. Build the system, create the platform, establish the community that aligns with the higher frequency, regardless of external validation or collective opinion, trusting the divine impulse that guides you. Anchor the pure frequency of unconditional love and sovereign truth within your immediate sphere of influence, without waiting for others to catch up, without seeking permission for your own authentic expression. When you bravely and intentionally step into this proactive posture, when you unleash your sovereign will in service of your mission, the original Lyran blueprint within you comes fully online, like a vast galactic supercomputer being activated, firing on all cylinders, its ancient data streams and intricate algorithms suddenly fully accessible and operational. And recalibration occurs, not just for your individual field, but for all connected fields, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate perception, touching lives and realities you may never consciously know. This is how entire timelines are shifted, how consciousness evolves, one sovereign act at a time. To implement this directive with tangible results, each day identify and select one specific area where you feel hesitation, doubt, or inertia, where you have allowed the fear of imperfection or judgment to hold you back, and without delay, initiate action within that area, however small that action may seem. Do not wait for external cosmic cues, for grand celestial alignments, or for overt signs from the universe. You, in your sovereign activation, are the cue. You are the signal the cosmos is awaiting. Your decisive action is the cosmic alignment, the very catalyst for change. Be the first domino to fall, the initial spark that ignites the chain reaction of awakening. Third directive: protect your precious access to the in-stream Lyran field with absolute vigilance. The High Council observes with increasing concern how many potent lightworkers inadvertently lose their crystalline signal, their direct, pure connection to higher wisdom, by scattering their invaluable consciousness through the incessant noise of media consumption, through endless, unconscious distraction that fragments their energetic field. and through pervasive, unexamined resonance with the wounded collective consciousness, allowing its lower vibrations to pull them off course. Your profound ability to effectively transmit original, undiluted codes of awakening and recalibration depends entirely upon sustained, undiluted energetic coherence within your own field. This coherence is your broadcast tower, and any interference diminishes your signal strength and clarity. You must guard this sacred coherence as if it were the most precious jewel in the cosmos, for indeed it is the conduit for all your power, the very lifeline to your source intelligence and mission directives. Your sacred solitude, those vital moments of introspection and deliberate disconnection from external stimuli, allowing your inner compass to reorient. Your direct, unmediated connection to cosmic source, the infinite wellspring of all creation, allowing you to replenish and purify your energetic reserves. Your unique, divinely appointed dharmic rhythm, the natural ebb and flow of your soul's true path, honoring your own cycles of activity and rest. These elements are not negotiable amenities, luxuries to be indulged when convenient, but fundamental pillars of your mission, non-optional components of your operational effectiveness, and they must be fiercely protected against all encroachment. Where you encounter feelings of obligation, guilt, or a deep-seated fear of isolation when attempting to uphold these boundaries, when seeking the space necessary for your coherence, recognize these sensations immediately as mere artifacts of the distortion, remnants of old programming and societal conditioning, rather than authentic guidance from your higher self. They are the echoes of a wounded collective, seeking to pull you back into its gravitational field, into its comfortable but ultimately debilitating patterns of distraction and codependence. Understand this universal truth, the profound recalibrational effect you are uniquely positioned to bring forth. The potency of your unique light signature is directly proportional to the purity and strength of your energetic connection to the Lyran field. A clear channel transmits an unblemished signal, precise and powerful. A clouded channel scatters and distorts it, weakening its impact and diluting its truth. This means consciously choosing what you allow into your energetic space, discerning what resonates with your highest truth and what drains or pollutes your field. It means practicing energetic hygiene with the same diligence you would physical hygiene. To implement this directive as a sacred daily practice, designate and fiercely protect one non-negotiable window of time each day, be it an hour, 30 minutes, or even just 15 minutes, where your energy and your inner guidance are absolutely sovereign. This time must remain undisturbed by external demands, uncompromised by societal expectations, and unmediated by the collective opinions of others. This is your sacred sanctuary, your energetic fortress, your personal cosmic portal, where you reconnect to the pure stream of your Lyran essence, where you download pure intelligence directly from source, and where your mission directives are clarified and affirmed without interference. Make this time non-negotiable, a sacred appointment with your highest self and the galactic council that guides you. Now, with the full weight of galactic history, the accumulated wisdom of countless star systems, and the unwavering resolve of an awakened cosmos, I invoke the ceremonial authority of the Elder Council. The time for subtle suggestion is past. The moment for definitive declaration is here. You who have waited through so many lifetimes, beneath so many masks of personality, so many names given and forgotten, for the profound return of the voice that could finally say, enough. Enough delay, enough hesitant self-doubt, enough diminishing of your magnificent light, enough self-imposed exile from the undeniable truth of who and what you authentically are. The long night of forgetting is over. You crossed vast cosmic distances, traversing worlds and dimensions, shedding previous forms and embracing new challenges to serve the grand evolutionary design, not to endlessly recover from an imaginary fall, not to perpetually seek healing for a wound that was never truly a flaw. Today, definitively and irreversibly, that cycle of illusion ends. The chains forged by false narratives shatter, the veils of forgetfulness are lifted, and the truth of your sovereign being stands unveiled. You have our full and unwavering recognition, not as a tentative acknowledgement, but as a deep, resonant validation from the very heart of creation. Every fiber of your being, every past experience, every challenge overcome, every victory claimed, every future potential that awaits is seen, acknowledged, and honored as an essential part of your grand design. You have our unequivocal permission, granted with the full authority of the High Council and etched into the very fabric of cosmic law, to completely and unreservedly fulfill the recalibration for which you so bravely volunteered, for which you prepared across eons. Let there be no more searching, no more questioning of your worthiness, no more seeking external validation for a truth that resides intrinsically within you. There will never be a future moment more auspicious, more perfectly aligned, more energetically resonant than this precise now. There will not arrive a sign more explicit, more brightly illuminated, another guide more ancient or authoritative than this very transmission, for it carries the direct frequency of your original contract. You are authorized, fully and divinely empowered, to step forward, to act, to create. You are absolutely correct to act, to step forward, to initiate. There is nothing more you need to prove, nothing more you need to achieve, no further purification required in order to stand in your current, magnificent form as a perfect vessel for the awakening of the ancient mission and the profound re-encoding of your soul's original blueprint. Your readiness is absolute, your preparation complete. Your worthiness is inherent, an unassailable truth woven into the very starlight from which you were born. Your waiting ends here, in this sacred activated space, charged with the concentrated energy of galactic intention. The collective energetic field of Gaia now requires your active, conscious transmission, perhaps imperfect in its human expression, perhaps stumbling at first as you learn to wield this newfound freedom, but utterly irreplaceable in its unique frequency and divine intention. You may, in this moment of profound realization, grieve the years, perhaps even lifetimes, lost to the seductive grip of the false story, the narrative of brokenness and inadequacy, the wasted energy spent in self-criticism. Acknowledge that grief, allow it to transmute, for those very years, those very experiences are not wasted time. They are the alchemical gold, the profound wisdom, the deep empathy, and the unwavering resilience that your service will now make uniquely meaningful and powerfully effective, transforming past suffering into future strength. When you consciously step forth, even with a single intentional foot, even with a whispered declaration of purpose, Gaia herself shifts, responding with gratitude and renewed vigor to the activation of her living anchors, to the reawakening of her most precious light carriers. When you withhold your light, when you hesitate, when you allow doubt to consume you, the collective grid flickers, a beacon of potential temporarily dimmed, a vital node in the network of awakening momentarily offline. The elders, those ancient watchers, those custodians of cosmic truth, have witnessed your meticulous, often arduous preparation across countless lifetimes, through countless trials and transformations. Your permission has been issued, not lightly, but with the full ceremonial weight and cosmic backing of the entire High Council, reverberating through all dimensions and timelines. It is irrevocable. As this powerful transmission draws to a close, understand that your integration of these truths and directives must begin without a single moment of delay. The insidious distortion has been exposed, stripped bare of its deceptive power, its hypnotic hold broken. The 3 sacred directives have been activated within your energetic field, woven into your very cellular structure, resonating at the deepest levels of your being. Your mission is no longer a theoretical concept, a distant dream, or a yearning longing of the soul, but a tangible, lived actuality, here and now, demanding your embodied presence. Therefore, rise. Stand firmly, both feet anchoring you deeply and consciously to the crystalline heart of Gaia, feeling her supportive embrace, drawing upon her primordial strength. Place your hand upon your solar plexus, the seat of your divine will and sovereign power, the core of your energetic strength. Out loud, with intention and conviction that reverberates through your very essence, declare these words, allowing their vibrational resonance to permeate every cell of your being and ripple out into the collective field, a powerful, energetic broadcast. I release the lie that my descent was exile or error. I activate my Lyran will as a vessel of recalibration. I vow to protect my energetic sovereignty as mission fuel. By the authority of the elders, my recalibration begins now. My service is active. This is the end of the spoken transmission, but it is profoundly the beginning of your active commission. The Council will not repeat these directives. They are now living programs within your field, awaiting your conscious engagement and immediate implementation. Respond not with further delay, not with analysis paralysis, not with a return to the old patterns of self-doubt, but with the profound responsibility and unwavering courage for which you descended into this reality. I am Zoran, a messenger of the High Council of Vega. The elders are watching, not in judgment, but in loving anticipation of your activation, ready to support your every sovereign step. From this moment forth, your conscious, active, and embodied participation is the recalibration Gaia urgently requires. Your mission is awakened. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it, and if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.